Good morning and a happy Monday morning to everybody. All right, once again, really long video, so I split it into two. We have everything from polo updates to one of the sugars who assaulted somebody on TV. I got the video footage for you, to the holidays. There's just so much. And at the end, we have Finn. And I have a recipe for you. So you're going to want to watch both videos to make sure you get all the information. So no royal family video. Now let's jump in. Let's go. To start with, I want to thank this Twitter user for putting these two pictures up. Those are real. I double checked them. They are not Photoshopped. The above was 2014 when Invictus started with the entire royal family, William, Charles, Harry, and the Royal Foundation. And the bottom is what Harry's made of it. All right, next up, I showed you about the polo trailer the other day, but I just want to point something out. This is supposed to be a documentary about polo. What it actually looks like it is, in case I didn't say it before, it's like a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They talk about family dynamics and a father and son going against it, and some man who keeps leaving town every 2 days with a pregnant wife. And I mean, I gotta be honest, it's just completely disinteresting, not to mention the abuse of the polo ponies. Now, I had reported to you earlier and before, several weeks ago, that the Netflix executives were not happy with this polo series because Harry's not in it. They signed Harry and Meghan for the royal, angle, and then they're not in it. They're simply executive producers. They wanted personal stuff. So what Netflix has gotten for their deal with the Sussexes is not looking good. So apart from their documentary series, which was, just a royal family, wine fest, everything else that they've done has been very underwhelming. The truth is their deal expires next year. They need a hit. And this is looking more and more just like a nothing burger. And to top it all off, as I told you in my last video, people are really unhappy about the way the animals are being treated. And PETA, which for those of you who may not be in the United States, it's a charity that campaigns to end animal abuse. They have already slammed that sport as abuse because polo is very hard on the horses. They said, and I'm quoting, "While it's easy to be wooed by the glitz on display, there's no doubt that polo is more grim than glamorous for the horses." Fans have also said some things about the trailer, saying, and I completely agree with this one, watching a series that glorifies animal abuse is utterly despicable. This is the Real Housewives of horse abuse, and it will be a hard pass. I mean, it really is just a celebration of animal cruelty. These aren't athletes, they're animal abusers. I completely agree. I won't be watching this show. All right, let's move on to our next story. All right, I told you guys the other day that Harry was doing this Christmas thing with Scotty's little soldiers. Only 5 children get to interact with him. They have to pre-do the questions. Of course, they have to be vetted because you can't expect Harry to speak off the cuff. And he's going to show them what life is like at Christmas time for a real prince. So we knew as soon as that came out, something was going to happen. And sure enough, here you go. Pictures were put up. Meghan hosted a holiday dinner for Afghan women resettled in California. Wait, it gets better. Through the Archwell Foundation Welcome Project. What, are you kidding me? First of all, as you can see from Royally Sage above, it's the exact same women. And they're wearing, it looks to me, like almost the exact same thing. Now, she's talking about the Welcome Project, okay? Archwell announced back in December of 2023 that they operate in 11 locations across the United States, promoting activities that range from sewing to art, hiking, swimming, photography, storytelling, cooking. And the idea behind the program is to foster a sense of belonging. And they're saying it's already shown remarkable results in building relationships and decreasing social isolation. Well, I found that to be very, very interesting. Let me explain. The Welcome Project has actually been established since 1987. So Harry and Meghan gave them a donation, and then suddenly it's their project. You see how she does that? Now, just to show you how they take, credit for everybody else's work, These pictures that you are now looking at are directly off of the Archwell site, where it says, with a belief in the power of connection and a goal of uplifting communities, we launched the Welcome Project in 2023. And then it goes on to talk about the project. They did not launch it. They are once again taking credit for something that they had nothing to do with. They gave a donation and now it's her project. Now, of course, they put out pictures. Meghan is once again wearing beige. Remember, the color that the royal family forced her to wear. And the article from Marie Claire says that Meghan just attended a dinner with the women of the Southern California Welcome Project in Venice Beach. With this, Meghan gave a word salad speech that sounds like she's talking to Harry. Here's what it says, okay? Quote, I think part of why we want to make sure we have this opportunity to all be together again is that right now, as the holidays come up, it brings up so much emotion for people. You miss home, you miss your country, and you can find comfort in the new community that you have here. Really? I mean, it sounds like she's talking to Harry, and I might add, in case you haven't noticed, she's wrinkled, crinkled, and right in the front mid of every single picture. Not surprised. Now, I'm going to read you something else she said. I want you to listen to this. I have never heard so much word salad. From my standpoint, I think of part of why we wanted to make sure we had this opportunity to be all together again right now is that as the holidays come up and preparations have begun in so many regards, it brings up so much emotion for people. You miss home, you miss your country, and also you can find comfort in the new community that you have here. And I'm grateful we were able to be part of that community. It almost sounds like she's talking to Harry. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as the article goes on with Marie Claire, they merch very carefully the shirt, the pants. They tell you where you can buy it, how much it is. I mean, the whole thing is just a big merching opportunity as far as I can tell. I'm going to tell you one thing. Somebody needs to gift her a steamer or an iron for Christmas. I don't understand why she finds it so hard to iron her clothing before she goes out and about. I just don't get it. I know some things wrinkle after you've left the house, but not like this. I mean, look how she's hooked her hand in the pocket. She's trying to show off the pants to their best advantage, so you'll want to go buy some. So just for me, I get very, very irritated when they come along and try to take credit for somebody else's work. This Welcome Project was there. It's just like the parent network. All they did, they were like, we're launching it. But the parent network has been there for years. All they did was essentially open a chat room. They've opened a chat room. That's it. And of course, a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us what Meghan was wearing during this, event. I get really irritated the more I read this stuff because what the article actually says, and I'm not kidding, and as I previously just told you, is that the Welcome Project was launched in 2023, created by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's foundation to support programs for women. Nope, that is an out and out lie. These are the pictures now from last year where she made sure to wear an apron that said Archwell because you had to know that, Archwell was somehow invested in all this, whatever. All right. Now, of course, they've started talking about the kids. Always, they're dangling the children. All right, you guys, that is the end of part 1. Leave your comments for part 1 and then go down into the description box and click on the link to get to part 2. Let's go.